Hey guys, this is the Unhinged Nerd from Unhinged Nerdom. After quite a while, because I've been super busy with Baldur's Gate, man. Holy shit. And of course, life as well. But Baldur's Gate has been freaking phenomenal. But of course, today we're gonna talk about One Piece live action. Now, I gotta say this right off the bat, One Piece live action fans may not like this video, but of course, wait. Before you put me in a corner and hurl abuse at me, maybe just hear me out, right? Hear me out. Now, before we begin, of course, I gotta mention this, right? I'm a huge fan of One Piece manga. Now, not even anime. I mean, of course I like anime. I love anime, but manga is, yeah, out of like 100 something anime slash manga I've watched, read, I think One Piece manga is the best. It's number one for me. So, you know, s- yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, of course, let's go to One Piece live action. Now, I think, One Piece live action is not for me at all. They changed a lot of characters, the story they changed. Holy shit, they changed a lot in the story, man. The characters don't feel like these characters at all. They feel like they're someone else, and I don't know what to say, man. It just didn't sit right with me. Like, those two are, two of the most important things, and they just freaking changed a lot. And holy shit, this is some other story. Like, it has the skeleton of that story, but everything else is like changed, man. I mean, let me give you a few examples, right? Character wise, dude, the Straw Hats are the driving force of One Piece. That's what makes One Piece different, right? In One Piece, the characters are the ones that change the world, right? So, the Straw Hats' view of the world, how they are, how they, influence the world, that's the most important thing. And yeah, I don't think these Straw Hats are up to that, right? And especially Luffy. I mean, Luffy is, oh my god, he's one of the most wise characters and stupid characters at the same time, and pulling that off is, I'll admit, that's like the most difficult thing you could do, right? That's why Luffy is one of the best characters of all time. But these guys like completely changed Luffy, right? I mean, he's afraid for himself, which is opposite of Luffy. He's not afraid for himself, right? He's afraid for his crew, like when Mihawk, you know destroyed Zoro, that's when he was afraid, right? Not for himself. And this is completely different. And Luffy is, again, as I said, super wise. He's not intelligent. Now, people who watch, play D&D, you might know, intelligence and wisdom are two different things. And I don't think these guys realize that, because in the live action, he's intelligent, he's like smart, he solves things. Like, look at the buggy scene. Like, he knew, like, there were all these boxes and you should push each part of buggy in these boxes, and like, no, that's not Luffy, man. That's just not Luffy. But of course, that's the character thing. Right now, let's get to the story bits. Now, one of the most important story bits of East Blue is Zoro. Like, everybody knows about Zoro. Zoro is like this crazy monstrous dude, and he's like this dude who's untouchable. Like, he's the most famous dude. Now, what Luffy sees, he heard about Zoro. He saw, like, oh, apparently Zoro is like this crazy powerful dude who's feared by everyone. But what Luffy sees, changes his perspective of Zoro, right? Yes, Zoro may be this demonic, crazy, powerful pirate hunter, but he sees why he was captured. He was captured for that kid, for that, restaurant. Not just randomly because he could do it, right? Not like, oh, I could actually, starve and I'll show these people. No, he was captured for those people, to save those people. And him eating that kid's food, even if it was trampled by Helmeppo. like it had, it had power behind it. Like, yeah. And oh my god, man, that was changed. Like the moment when Luffy and Zoro meets, it feels like, like fates have come to change history during this time, right? Like it felt like, Roger and Rayleigh, Odin and Whitebeard, like this was the moment. And including Nami in that, like completely, like I don't know, it just didn't sit well, man. It didn't sit well. And yeah, at least the characters, all the other characters, they try to act like those characters, but like Garp, oh my god, my god, Garp is not even there. He's not even trying, man. He just looks like him. So, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of things, I don't know, important things were changed, and that's not for me, right? But of course, saying all of these things, I'm gonna admit that this is probably the best adaptation out of, like, Cowboy Bebop or Death Note or Attack on Titan. I mean, these live actions were like garbage. So I understand that. Right? And again, I also understand and respect the live action for what it is doing, right? I mean, I know this term is used to death, and yeah, it is, but I guess it is the truth, right? I mean, this show is made for normals. Again, don't get offended. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just this is made for the people who don't know about One Piece, to broaden the reach of One Piece. So I definitely appreciate what the live action is doing for One Piece. Bringing new audience, for manga, the anime. So it's a win-win situation for the manga fans, and of course, definitely for Oda, right? So I appreciate that a lot, and I respect that, right? So again, I don't hate this thing. Of course, what it does for the manga is definitely a good thing, right? But again, will I watch it? No. And the old OG fans talking about, like, oh, I mean, this looks exactly the same, man. I mean, what? I don't see any problem. Like, all I'm saying is stop the copium, right? I mean, yes, like it's not as bad as the others, but it is definitely not nowhere even close to being anything near one, like anime or manga, right? So I mean, appreciate what it's doing for the manga, but don't act, you know get off the cope. That's all I'm saying, right? It is what it is. But of course, comment down. Yeah, now you can hurl abuse at me. But yeah, comment down what you guys think about all of these things, and yeah, until next time.